First of all, we all understand that malice is a poison. And honestly, malice is also a nurtured social expression. It's a malady. Yes. In your childhood, growing up, if you are not properly supervised and nurtured away from malice, resentment, anger, wrath, all of these negative attributes, you will become a malicious person.
Ooh.
You will have malice tendencies in relationships, which would always implicate your marriage and marital relationship eventually. So, I say this because, yes, I've been married 28 years by the grace of God.
Hallelujah.
And, with 3 years of courtship. And yeah, I love the way you've been happily married, because myself and my husband are very much in the public view, in the community of faith. We both serve as pastors within the Redeemed Christian Church of God. So in the place also of leadership, people watch us, see us, and our marriage is very much out there for everyone to see. And what they see is the happily married couple. But what I always say is, we are a real couple.
Okay.
We are first of all a man and a woman, a husband and a wife, before we are anything by title, by assignment, whether it's in the community of faith or it's in the place of leadership, either through my public service apprenticeship or him as a captain of industry, because that's what we are. We are not pastors by full-time assignment. If you understand Redeemed Christian Church of God, we're just workers. We're just serving God. But somehow we've been blessed in that assignment, because my husband met me, saw me in church just as a businessman, very quiet, a pharmacist, and he never had any intention, never, he's always been shy, ever, of coming out to be a minister or to do anything with church. But somehow, coming for me, he came into the deep end. And I was already in the deep end as far as faith is concerned. But then through him, he also has coached me and directed my choices such that I, in that deep end, didn't get carried away by spiritual commitment. Or no, he made me understand that you are a person, you are to grow in the place of your business. He said what he told me actually was he loved my voice, my gift of speaking. And he said everything a voice is and a voice does, you must do and you must become. And my husband has invested in that and has not stopped. Our business, Doxa, evolved out of the fact that my husband took his first millions and invested in me, in the voice, to set up our business, Doxa Digital. Now, does that mean my husband and I, throughout from courtship to where we are, 28 years, 4 children, everything we are doing, don't have unhappy moments? We do. But you say one is a bigger person. Who is the bigger? We are both big people. We are both big on submitting to one another in love. Love is not an uchi-kuchi. Love is a commandment. Love is actually, without God, love is a hard thing. Bible says the woman submits, the man should love his wife. And many people think that submitting is a harder work. Love is hard. Because they say you should love as Christ loved the church, which means he gave his life. Men, die. Just die. Just know your own. What I always say is, what you marry, you carry.
You carry. Oh,
no. Even if you want, divorce it, you are carrying the matter.
True.
Nothing you do. It is better not to marry than to marry. Because if marriage is something you face as an ambition and aspiration, you've made a mistake. Marriage should be something that organically evolves as part of your expression. It's interesting. based on certain childhood experiences or girl-child experiences, I made up my mind I would never marry. I come from a background where my parents had gotten divorced, separated and eventually divorced. When I was 7, and I was the oldest of the 3 of us. And we had a darling childhood growing up. Everything anybody would ever want to have as a family expression was what we had. My dad, my mom. Just yesterday, the president was commissioning at the Naval Dockyard. My dad was the first indigenous OIC of the Naval Dockyard. Wow. We grew up in that place. I grew up with the shipyards, with all of that. We grew up with everything. We had my dad was a 2-time minister then.
Wow.
I mean, we had everything. Money. 280S, you name it. My mom is from Trinidad. We had the flowers, we had the parties, we had the best parties, we had everything, and then everything crashed. Wow. And I came into a swirl as a child. And it challenged everything right down to my personal sense of confidence. I lost everything. I didn't see myself as beautiful. I saw myself as ugly. That's why for me, being born again, having faith is not some super spiritual. No, please, it's a lifestyle. I apologize to everyone for what people have made born againism. Being born again simply is having a life, a relationship with God. And it influences everything you do holistically. It doesn't condemn. It doesn't the conviction you get is not what you give, it's what you receive.
From you,
and that changes you.
Wow.
So when it comes to malice and rebasing it as it were, because it's a big discussion.
It's a big discussion.
It's what we do, what we learn to grow from. And through the nurturing of a right faith, you build away from it, and you are big every time you are confronted with offense.
Good. Thank you. Good.